Good afternoon, everyone. We'll take questions for Brennan Jods for 10 minutes, and we'll try to get through as many questions as we can in this time. Simultaneous translation is available through the headsets provided, so please select channel 1 for English and channel 2 for German. We'll take questions from the floor, and if you could please use the microphones provided.
Hi, Brennan. 2 goals Sunday, 16 in all competitions this season. You've got to be proud of that, because I think it goes under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, it's something that I'm definitely proud of. It was a target for me at the start of the season to definitely score more goals than I did last season, and yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into it, positionally, and the types of finishes that I want to improve at. So yeah, 16 goals is something that I'm very happy with.
Obviously a big move for you coming from Forest. You look at them now, potentially Champions League, Cup semi-final. Do you roll your eyes and think typical, or no, I'm a massive club here, I'm delighted?
No, I think, of course I'm happy for Nottingham Forest and the season that they're having, but I'm delighted to be here. I've loved it every second, and I think the size of the club and the people within the club and the fans, it's something that I couldn't only have wished for when I was younger. So yeah, really happy to be here.
Done.
Just following on from that, Brennan, you've got double figures in the Premier League as well. I mean, do you ever feel sort of underappreciated in a way?
Not really, no. I think within the team and the staff that we have here, I think it's definitely made to me to feel appreciated, and to be honest, that's all that matters to me. I think where with my colleagues and the staff and the manager make me feel appreciated, and I think the style of play really suits me, and all the people in the club are super supportive of what I've achieved this season. So no, I think within these walls I feel really good about it.
You've got this habit of popping up at the back post that's been spoken about a lot this season, and Ange's spoken about that as well. Can you just talk about kind of how that happens, I guess, and why the system suits you so well in that respect?
Yeah, I think it suits me just because of the players that we have, the profiles, a lot of fast players. So I think when the ball gets crossed, there tends to be a lot of space for the ball to go all the way across the pitch, and it's just about me gambling on what position to be in. And more times than not this season I've been in the right position, and work does go on in the training ground. I think there's a lot of coaches that do a lot of work with me, which I'm really appreciative of. So there is work that goes into it, but quite instinctive as well. It is something that I've always wanted to do.
I was just looking down the goals and assists like earlier in the season. There's some real consistency to it. Obviously, you went on that run as well of goals. Just recently, before those 2 goals, there was that little gap. Is it been a case of you finding your sharpness after the injury? Has that been what it was mainly?
Possibly, yeah. I think it was disappointing in picking up an injury that maybe went on a bit longer than I would have wanted it to. So yeah, I think after the injury, it's always tough to kind of hit the ground running. I did score a couple against Ipswich, but I think after that the games came really thick and fast, and it was just about trying as best I can to build up my sharpness. And I feel like when I'm at my best, it is when I'm feeling really sharp and energetic and fit as well. So yeah, possibly a little bit of that, and then more just the performance maybe wasn't as high as it was before that.
Something I wanted to ask you about the penalty incident. It was more something you said after it, that you didn't want to put off Matisse by kind of having too much of a debate about it, which is quite rare because you do see these kind of things. Kind of how important was that for you you clearly wanted to take the penalty but didn't want to upset him or put him off his stride? Yeah,
exactly. I think all of us attacking players, if there's a chance to score from 12 yards without being contested, I think anyone would want to take it. So once a decision had been made, it's not really my nature to argue or have a fight about who takes the penalty, because as I said, I've been in a situation before where people are really reluctant to let someone else have a penalty, and it can put you off. So once the ball was with Matisse, I just wanted to get on the edge of the box and support him, and he put it away, and he's a quality player as well, so it's not like I'm doubting his quality. As soon as the ball was put in his hands, I backed him to score.
Hi Brennan, do you want to take you back to kind of that December time when the team had all the injuries? It was a really tough period. How much did this kind of competition keep you all going as kind of light at the end of the tunnel, that when you got the players back you could really give it a good push?
Yeah, massively. I think that period that you mentioned was really tough. There was a crazy amount of injuries, and I think even in the European games when we had the injuries, the lads performed really well. I feel like everyone gave literally everything. I think we were at one point only had 10 or 11 fit first team players. So yeah, I was really proud watching the lads, especially in Europe. I think the way they fought in the games till the end, got some really good performances and results away from home as well, which is something that yeah, I was watching, it made me proud, and I feel like it just gave us a great performance and great elevation to go and really push on in this competition.
And obviously, you know, you as players want to win it for yourself. How much do you kind of want to win it for Ange, given all the talk about him at the minute?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we want to win it for everyone in the club. I think us players and the manager and the backroom staff have been through some tough times this season. I think down to our own mistakes. I feel like there's been a lot of games where we haven't performed good enough. So yeah, this competition would be great. It would be an unbelievable feeling to win. But I think we don't want to look too far past this game on Thursday, but yeah, to be able to win it for everyone in the club would be massive.
Hi Brennan, did you hear what your manager said just 10 minutes ago? He was talking about the penalty incident. He was quite upset. He said incidents like that and the reaction to it are literally turning gold to crap. Did he speak to you about it after the match?
No, we didn't speak about the penalty after the match, no.
Do you agree with what he was saying? Because what he was getting at is that it's a winning mentality. Just he wants the best player to take the penalty, and he wants the win more than anything. Do you agree with him that the reaction to that has been wrong, and that's what the club needs to focus on?
Yeah, I agree. I think we're going to go into competitions where if it goes down to penalties or there is a penalty to be taken, there's so much on the line. So it's about whoever's feeling the most confident, who's performing the best, who's basically on penalties will take the penalty. So yeah, I agree, because in this tournament it's not really about giving people free goals, it's about scoring goals. And yeah, if we get an opportunity to increase our lead or get a goal back, we have to make sure that we score the goal. So yeah, I agree with what he said about it.
George.
Brennan, hello. Sorry, I know you spoke about this before, but you come off social media back in September, and then you just went on this mad goal scoring run, and it seems to have followed. I just wondered, are you still off social media, and how much of an impact has that had on you this season in terms of just shutting out the noise and hitting form?
Yeah, I don't really use social media that much, to be honest. I have some accounts on it, but yeah, I don't really check it too much or on it a lot. So for me personally, I don't think it's to do with football or wanting to perform better, not at all. I think that comes down to the work on the training pitch and things like that. It's more, for me, it's just kind of what I'm spending my time on when I'm not training. I feel like I just want to make the most out of the time that I get to spend with people close to me. So yeah, it's more just a decision that way. I think the run that I went on after coming off it was a bit of a coincidence, to be honest. I feel like people thought that was the key to scoring goals, but yeah, it was kind of just a coincidence the way it happened. But yeah, that was all.
Your national manager Craig Bellamy was on Sky's Monday Night Football, and he said that the way he'd sort of been coaching you as well, he'd been making you watch videos of Raheem Sterling. So can you just tell us how that's impacted your season as well, and basically sort of how good job Craig Bellamy and your manager's done that of getting the best out of you this year?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed playing with Wales. I feel like we're in a really good place at the minute. We have some players who are playing really well in the Premier League and at a highest level. So I think the staff and the manager there have been amazing. I think they give you little bits to watch. I think a few of the members of staff had worked with Raheem Sterling, so they kind of just wanted to pass on a message that they'd worked with him, which I was all ears for, to be honest. I feel like he's an unbelievable player who's had an amazing career, kind of gets a bit of doesn't get the respect that he deserves, but yeah, he scored so many goals in the Premier League, and that's something that I want to do as well. So yeah, I was just watching that.
And I noticed you scored a lot of one-touch goals this season. What's all that about?
I think it's more just the position that the lads have got me in, that I don't really need to take many touches to score. So yeah, I'm very thankful of the great assists and the goals that I've been able to score.
We'll go one with Jay and then finish with Tom.
Hey Brennan, you mentioned earlier about working on different types of finishing and training and positions. What if you could just give us a couple of specific examples of things that you've done?
Yeah, one would be, for example, the first goal on the weekend was kind of noticing that Dom had made the run to the first post, so then being in a position when the ball gets cut back on my left foot. I think something like that, I've just been told not to try and hit the ball too hard, kind of, because it's coming at quite a pace. So yeah, when it's on my left foot, not thinking about it too much, just trying to get a good contact on it. And then also, there's a lot of work that goes into trying to hitting the ball into the ground, trying to make it hard for the goalkeepers as well. That's another tip that I've kind of got this season. So yeah, just little things like this to take in mind. I know in a game it's kind of hard to think about all the things that you've been told, but little things like this, if you keep practicing it, it kind of sticks.
We'll finish with Tom, please.
Okay, Brennan, last season you guys were chasing the Champions League, just missed out. This year in the league, you know how difficult it's been. It feels like Tottenham's critics have almost enjoyed this season in terms of being quite easy to mock the team. Last night, your rivals Arsenal were singing I Tottenham in disguise to the Real Madrid team. How much do you want to win this particular tie and maybe this one to shut those critics up?
Yeah, I think, well, me personally, I just want to win it for the group of players and the staff that we have. I don't really care about what other people sing and the critics. To be honest, I feel like I switched off from that a long time ago. So for me, it's just I love the lads, all the players in the squad, all the staff, the management team. I feel like we've created a real tight-knit group, and I feel like we've all been under a lot of critics, maybe different people at different points, so it's something that we can all kind of relate to, so we all have that understanding of each other. So yeah, when it comes to tournaments like this and being able to progress, it's something that we just want to do for each other, because at the end of the day we've had some tough times, and there'd be no better joy to celebrate with the people that have had to go through it like I have as well.
Thank you very much.
Perfect.